Hi there, welcome to Made by Art. It's Anna here, and it is Wednesday, which means that it's time to do a use it or lose it video. And today we are doing something a little bit different. I have things I have saved, and you're probably going to roll your eyes now. Paper strips. Paper strips. As you can see, there are some of them with a bit of text or something on, and some of them have nothing on. And I thought we could play, because what I do with this is that I play with watercolor, I play with stamps and things like that. So we have a bunch of papers that we are going to transform into ephemera of different sizes. I also have my watercolors, different pads. This one is looking grungy. Let's do it this way. Then I have my travel one. I don't think we'll be using this today. No, we won't. Let's save that. And I have this one, and then I have my little. Isn't it cute? You mix your colors on it. It's a ceramics. It's from Systern and Grena. World's best shop ever. So that's we have. We also have ink for stamping. I have some of my favorite sample stamps and some stamp blocks and things like that. So just water, of course. I'm doing watercolor, then you need water. I also have some paper towel. So without further ado, let's just get started. And I am going to wet these watercolors a little bit, like so. Let's see what we have here. All right, I usually use these, the gold ones down here. It's the only ones I use in this palette, but I wish I could take them out and put them in something else. I won't have this big chunk of a box. Just trying to figure out where to get started, and I hope you don't get bored now that this takes a minute or two. Okay, let's just start. I'm going to take a what's this called? My mind stands still. Never mind. Painting thingy. Pencil in Swedish. And I'm going to take this small strip of music paper, and I think I'm going to make gold actually. So I'm just, maybe I should try this somewhere. Let's just get a strip of paper. Yeah, a bit wet though. So I'm going to make some little swatches. The gold actually is quite nice to use in your, just to highlight something, and it turns out so great in color. So we're gonna let that dry, put that to the side, and let's grab the next one. And here I want to have another color, so I'm just gonna wash the watercolor thingy. Brush, thank you. I'm so sorry. My mind is standstill today. What do you want here? I am in the mood for pinks. This pink has clearly some green in it, so I'm gonna try and get rid of that. Let's do some pink. This is a dusty pink, I can see. Once again, just testing a bit. Quite light. Maybe you could have a bit of red in it. And instantly it becomes more raspberry. Oh crap, I wanted it really pink. This one then. Sorry. So this is kind of what I do. I just take my little watercolors and supposed to say. And my brushes, and I play. It's also a metallic one. Oh, never mind. Let's just do the first one. Okay, so as I said, it's Wednesday. I am off work now until Monday, which is great. We are going on a little bit of a mini holiday. Going tomorrow and coming home on Sunday. That is amazing. I love using these paper strips that are, as you can see, a bit of an edge and a bit of text. I really like that. This is some kind of rag-ish paper, so that will go up there to dry. And let's do the next one. Not very much text on that one though. We have one with a little bit more, and these can be cut into smaller pieces, of course. And you can do round ones and you can do square ones or whatever you like. And I think that on some of these I am going to, at a later stage, try to go in when they dry and use a pencil or a pen to just draw a box around them. That's also something that's quite nice. A little bit more water. And these can be used in collages, they can be used in as a decoration, they can be used wherever you like, more or less. Now it's starting to get a bit dried out. There we go. And I don't mind making a whole line like this with pretty much the same color, because then I can just rip off one or two when I do my collaging. Whoops. Now I did the thing where we need the paper towel. I can wash up, clean up after myself. Okay, let's look at the gold again. I think it's starting to dry. Just look at this. Isn't it so yummy? Look at the color. Oh, I'm gonna make some more gold. And these brushes also come from Systrarna Grena. I bought them together with this one. So I'm having way too much fun doing my watercolor swatches. Do you have any more small pieces of? No, I think we have blank ones. No, here we have one. Okay. So this one I want to tear into half because I want the raw edge. I am going to make both of them, but I want it to be this will be my favorite probably. So let's do the gold again. And I also have rose gold and red gold. Nice. Oh, I love this. Okay. Do I want the here then? I'm going to do round ones here, and let's do blue. Just trying on my piece of paper. A bit more water, I think. Starting to wet that up a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna try and make some round ones. So I managed on Monday, I did a bit of shopping. I know I'm not supposed to do shopping, but I had to. That's so cute. Because I have been drooling over the Amity Bloom's washi tapes, and on Monday this week she had a release of new washi tapes, and she also re-released or restocked some of the old ones, and I managed to get hold of a bunch of them. Not all of them, because they are quite expensive, and just shipping to Sweden is like $25. So, and I'm probably going to end up having to pay extra customs for them, but I think it's worth it. So I really wanted to have those. This one I am going to tear in half already, because it was quite messy to have this long strip. And what do I want to do? I wonder how the gold turns out on that paper. Yeah, so I managed to actually get hold of a few of the Amity Blooms. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. So I'm super thrilled. I have no idea when I will get them, probably in July sometime. But yeah, super thrilled, and really looking forward. I will be unboxing with you guys to see the quality of the tape and the prints and so on. Okay, let's do this one. And I think I want the pinks. I really like, or maybe purple. Let's do purple. I haven't done purple in quite a while. Ooh, that's really purple. Oh, I didn't want that strong. Maybe if I dilute it a bit with more water. Okay, that's better. And I make my circles bigger and bigger, you see? Okay. Let's just, oops. Let's do that. Then we have this one. Yeah, let's do this side. Cleaning the brush. So this is like actually watching paint dry. I'm so sorry if this is not what you wanted to watch today. This is what I was keen on doing. I'm trying to mix the purple and the pink to see if we can get a more light color. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, maybe a bit more pink actually. Then you get a bit more violet. So let's have this one as well. That did not turn out so good on that paper. It kind of becomes more brown. We need more color. Maybe it will look absolutely fabulous when it dries. So yeah, as I said, it's midsummer this coming weekend, so we are going away to celebrate midsummer with our friends, and I am hoping that I can get to at least one thrift store. I'm not sure anything will be open, because this is like a special day in Sweden. Not much is open, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe I will get some footage of the area. It's supposed to be really beautiful. It's at the sea. So yeah, what do we do now? Blue, green. This green looks pretty. Let's try it. Oh, I like that. That's a cool green. Let's see how that turns out. Almost blue. Blue-green. It's the brown paper. It's taking over a bit. This is so therapeutic, just to play with watercolors and use up your paper strips. Normally, a few years back, I would have thrown these out, the paper scraps, because oh no, they're too fragile to use as hinges or so, but they are great for this kind of ephemera slash decorations. Okay, do I want to pause with the watercolors and maybe do some stamping, or should I do a few more watercolors? That is cool. It says 1889. That could be a stamp on its own. Do I have a stamp that's like a frame? I think I do. Let's see. Let's see. That would be so cool. Let's just do it. And just like that, I am moving along to stamping. Okay, botcha stamping coming through. No, that's cool. That is so cool. Now I can just cut that out and I will have a really cool piece of ephemera. Okay. So I'm going to just clean that a bit before I put it back. Okay. And I have lots of white unused space there. So the question is, what do I want to put on it? There's another frame I could have used. I like using some of these. That one is quite big. And we'll get the line. I love using these flowers, and I just do several of them, and then I cut them out and use them in as little labels. And I also like using the numbers. Let's do that. And then I do like this. Then I just stamp a few of them, and then I can easily just tear them or cut them so that I can use them later. So that will be saved and used and cut. Let's see what we have more. All kinds of different sizes. See, I save even the smallest pieces of scrap. Look, that's perfect to add to something. Let's do a few more of that, shall we? And don't put them too close, because then it can be hard to get them apart without tearing them. So let's put that back. And let's do that other one. This is really using or losing. Because these strips of paper would be in the trash if I didn't have planned to make a little stash of these kind of things. That is cool. Nice. Let's put them to dry. I'll just make a few of each. Would be nice to be able to use most of this. Let's see. I'm going to do this so that I move that out of the way. What do I want now? I think I want this one. So I'm just going to take that out and hope that you don't hear the noise from the cellophane, the plastic, because that can be quite bothersome to some people. And let's see what we want to use. I want this. And I want to put it, yeah, on there. These are also excellent to stamp on pieces of fabric and tear. So cute to use as on your tags and things. Really nice. Just cleaning that a bit. And let's do of course this one of my absolute favorites. I just want a strip that fits. Yep, I'm gonna make that whole strip with this stamp, and then I will lift it up to show you. It's so delicate. I just love it. Love using it in collages and on tags and things. Okay. See, isn't it absolutely gorgeous? I love the detail of it. Okay, maybe I shouldn't put that on the papers. Seems like it's, yeah, it's got black. What else do I want to use? Maybe I can use the notes one and make a whole line of them. That would be absolutely perfect. Look at my fingers, they're all black. I love you having these small acrylic blocks, because then you can have them, your favorite ones, you can almost have mounted on the block and just kept on your desk, so you don't have to pick out the entire piece, the entire sheet of stamps. You can just do whatever you need. Okay, then we have lots of notes. Perfect. So this is a great way to use up your strips of paper, create your own ephemera, and you know, let's see what else we have. Let's put that to the side for now. And I am going to make the flowers. I can't resist it, on different sorts of papers. So let's use this. And I'm hoping, no, they're too small. I was hoping to put the flower on these, because that's another color, but it will fit on that, yes. And these flowers are absolutely super cute. Look at that. Just add to any collage. So cute, so delicate. And let's use this paper. Yeah. And I don't mind, like this one, that it has a bit of a number there. I don't mind, because these will go on to collages or things, and it will be so pretty. Yes. Cute. Let's see if we can find something to use on the small ones. Just checking. No, that's too big as well. I have another favorite here. Let's do a Paris. I'm just going to remove my sweater because now it got really hot in here. Whew. Got my creative juices flowing. And when you have been a bit in a, you lost your crafting mojo, then this is a perfect thing to do as well. Look, I got two of them. Two of the Paris on that small piece of paper. So nice. And just one. Beautiful. But let's do a few more then, shall we? Let's do a whole strip. Paris, Paris, Paris. Oh, not botched. Paris. Okay. Paris. 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 And one more. Paris. Okay. That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones that can be used, and one that will not be used. Ah, that's nice. Instead of just using Tim Holtz ephemera, I can use these, which I think is a really nice addition to things. So I want to use this. It says papier à lettres, papers and letters. And I really want to have a few of that one as that one. I didn't want to stick of that one as well. But this one is a bit small, so you have to make sure it really sticks straight, because it's easy to make a bit wonky. Yes. This one I use a lot when I do my scrap paper pads. And if by any chance Sampool would be watching this, I love your stamps. I am so upset that they discontinued them and don't make any more. So I will be treasuring these for life. Do we need more stamps? I'm gonna do some more. I just got a feeling that I need to do more watercolors. So I'm gonna do that for the last few minutes. I need some more gold. I don't have much gold. I have many other colors though. But when summer is coming, like it is now, I have like an urge to actually use more color in my journals. Isn't that strange? I need to. Let's see. Gold. We had gold here somewhere. And this one I found in a thrift store. I believe it could be from some of the Asian companies, you know, like AliExpress or Temu or something. But I don't mind because I found it thrifting. Let's do some rose gold and see what happens. Okay. I'm going to fix this a bit. How do you clean your scissors? Best way. This one is so sticky I can barely use it anymore. Soap, I guess. Just gonna tear this off. I'll show you the rose gold. That's also really nice. Didn't I see any more? And of course you can do watercolor swatches on these papers as well, but they are not as pretty as the ones with text on, if you ask me. So we could tear this a bit. Pieces for stamping and pieces for watercolor swatches. So these are for stampers. Look, we might use up so many of our paper strips in just a few minutes or half an hour or something. Nice. So I'm going. This is what is left. I think that is quite a good. We made a good dent in that one. Oh, we have more here. Yes, we made a good dent in it, and I am going to just move these so that you can see what we have done. Super happy. Yeah, let's do this one. Let's do pink. Oops, clean the brush for Christ's sake. Thank you. Pretty. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, we have now been painting and playing with our stamps for over half an hour, and we will just go through what we did, moving these things to the side so that we can make a nice flat lay here so that you can see. That purple actually turned out quite nice, even though I was quite skeptical in the beginning. And here we have the difference between the rose gold and the yellow gold. So here are the watercolor swatches. Let's move these a bit to the side so we can fit in our stamps as well. And then we have our stamps. And these will be either torn into pieces at the moment right now, or I will just put them in my ephemera folder as they are. And then I can cut them or tear them when I need them. That's almost more convenient, to be honest. So, what do you think? Isn't this quite a nice flat lay? And this one is the odd one out. The odd one out. Let's do... I'm trying to fit them all into the screen. With no success at all. There we go. Okay. Thank you so much for being with me when I'd had this much fun crafting and using my watercolors and my stamps on my paper scraps. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Say hi down below, or let me know what you do with your paper scraps. Do you throw them out? Do you do the same? Do you have any other ideas? I saw someone making like a weaving thing, making new pages for the journals. That's fun as well. Yeah, as I said, I will be back soon with another video, and until then I wish you all a great rest of your week. Bye for now.